Hey guys, it's Not Lambers Invoked 101. Welcome back, and I'm actually testing out the new webcam I picked up for the computer. This is mostly for live streams, but I wanted to see how it turned out here. My actual camera is up over here. It's over here, and it's suspended by a new way. I have it hooked up to a one of these like microphone arms. I have it hooked up to one of those, so I'm going to be looking over here. But I'll try and keep track of the camera itself. But this is the deck. We're going to be taking a look at Synchrons. Synchrons is a deck that one of my buddies, he played for a really long time, and I decided to put it together mostly because I got a bunch of the Legendary Hero stuff, the stuff from like the Magic Hero set. Yeah, it's a pretty fun deck. It can do a lot of different things, and I actually think that if it was given enough, not given enough stuff, but if someone put a lot of love into it, I feel like it could do some stuff at a local level. Not necessarily like a regional level, because it doesn't have Jet Synchron, which really carried this deck, but I digress. If you feel like supporting the channel and like what we do here, there's some links down in the description. I suggest you use those, including joining the Discord, where we have tournaments every so often. With that all said, I'm going to set the extra deck, the spells and traps off to the side, and we'll get right into the main deck monsters. Also want to apologize for like not uploading as much. I do have a lot of things in the work, but I just kind of got to a point where I was like, man, I'm kind of burnt out on just making content and doing stuff, but I have a lot of new things coming in the mail and a lot of interesting stuff for me personally coming up, so I'll try that out. Anyways, we're going to start off with 3 Junk Converter, not Junk Connector. This guy's really cool. He lets you discard himself and a tuner to add a Synchron monster from deck to hand. And that can be Synchron Carrier, Synchron Explorer, Junk Synchron, any of those. Really cool card. And then on top of that, if he's sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you can target a tuner in your graveyard and special summon it, but its effects are negated. It can't activate its effects this turn. So really cool card, really useful card, especially with Junk Synchron. It really does just set up Junk Synchron, but still, really good card overall. I'm also going to try and keep stuff over here for right now, because the lamp, I don't know why it's being so weird, but it's causing a major glare over there. So next up we have 2 Synchron Carrier. This is I'm going to go to the non-tuners first. I don't know if you caught on. But Synchron Carrier is kind of neat. It says during your main phase you can normal summon 1 Synchron monster in addition to your normal summon / set. Really useful for the deck. And then it says, once per turn, if another Synchron monster is sent to the graveyard as material for the Synchro summon of a warrior or machine Synchro, while you control this card, you can special summon 1 Synchron token. You can only use this effect of Synchron Carrier once per turn. So really nice, really neat, kind of niche effect, but still pretty good overall. Then I'm playing 1 Synchron Explorer. This guy is able to get you, like on normal summon, you can target a Synchron monster in grave and special summon it, but its effects are negated. I like playing him as a 1-of, mainly because he's searchable off the converter, but also just because like he requires setup to start up, you know. You need something in the graveyard, but that's kind of easy to do, but not necessarily with saving your normal summon unless you have the Synchron Carrier. Next up I'm playing 2 Quillbolt Hedgehog. I think Quillbolt's okay at 2. If you control a tuner, you can special summon him from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field, if summoned that way. He's neat. He's mostly just there for like extending and getting more bodies on the board. He doesn't come up always, and realistically the only way to use him is with the Quick Draw Synchron. Luckily, I do think we play a monster that we can go into with Quick Draw. I think, did we play Junk Archer, or did we play Drill Warrior? We played Drill Warrior. We can play Junk Archer instead and summon this. Next up, one of the best monsters for Synchrons, triple Doppel Warrior. Doppel Warrior is one of those cards that's like just a staple. Whenever a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, except during damage, you can special summon him. And if he's sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you can special summon 2 Doppel tokens, both level 1 Dark Warrior. So really cool card here, really nice card, and it definitely helps carry through with your Synchro plays. Next up is triple Junk Forward. This is just in the free special summon, level 3 guy, pretty useful. I'm also playing kind of as a 3rd Junk Forward, a Psychic Tracker, or a 4th. If you control level 3, you can special summon him, and he does something when he's synchroed with, but it doesn't really matter. Then I'm playing 2 Boost Warrior. This guy says if you control a tuner, you can special summon him from your hand in defense. All warriors gain 300. Really glad this guy got a reprint. He was really expensive for a card no one used. He was like $15 super rare, and I'm pretty sure he was a Star Strike Blast card, because everything I look for is from Star Strike Blast, just how it works out. But yeah, so super glad he got a reprint in Battle of the Legend, and really glad I was able to get 2 of them. Oddly enough, I opened 2 boxes and only pulled 2 of this guy. So, you know, I think he's a little bit of a short print. Rounding out our not tuners, we have Jester Confit and Dotscaper. These guys kind of fill the same slot. They're very similar to Boost Warrior and Quillbolt in a way. Jester Confit, if you can only control 1, you can special summon this card from your hand attack position. That's all he does, he just summons himself. And then on top of that, if summoned this way during the opponent's next end phase, target a face-up monster your opponent controls, return both that target and this face-up card to the hand. That's not going to happen. You're going to link him away, you're going to synchro him away, you're going to do something with him. On top of that, Dotscaper says if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card. If this card is banished, you can special summon this card. You can only use 1 Dotscaper effect per turn, only once that turn. You can only use each effect once per duel. So, really cool, kind of level eater-ish, kind of Quillbolty. Yeah, so that's kind of what they, like, he's kind of like the 3rd Boost Warrior, and he's kind of like the 3rd Quillbolt, so. But they're level 1, which makes them arguably better, I think. It makes them either better or worse. Anyways, man, I suck at picking up cards. Gonna pick these guys up and set them off to the side, and we're gonna get right into the tuner monsters. I like having Gen Converter on top. Alright, moving into the tuners, I'm going to show off the guy that me and my buddy TCG Cardcast found. This is Mono Synchron. And so we were playtesting the deck, we were looking at different Synchron monsters that there are, because there's a lot of different ones, and we found this guy, and we were like, okay, well the only reason you want to play this is to summon it off of Junk Speeder, which is fine, you're going to go into Junk Speeder anyways. So, and then we remembered Junk Speeder doesn't negate the monster's effects, and what Mono Synchron's effect is when using this card as a synchro material, the other monsters must be level 4 or lower warrior machines, and they are treated as level 1, which means that this gives you way easier access into Formula Synchron than any other Synchron monster. Better than Unknown, better than Jet in a lot of ways, better than Axel. It is the way to summon Formula Synchron that we found, and because you're just summoning it off a Junk Speeder, and because there are ways to just dump this in the graveyard and bring it back, I think that this is one of the best Synchron monsters to play as a one of, and that's the reason we're playing it, is to make Formula. After that, we're playing 2 Satellite. Satellite is really cool. It says, if a monster is summoned from your graveyard except during damage, you can special summon it from your hand, much like Doppel Warrior. But on top of that, if you control a warrior, if you control a Synchro monster with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in its name on your field or grave, you can make this card become level 4. So he's really cool because he can either be a level 2 tuner or a level 4 tuner, and that's kind of nuts. That's kind of important for this deck. After that, we have 3 of the most important Synchron, Junk Synchron. This is still like the best Synchron monster, simply because on normal summon, target a level 2 or lower monster, special summon it, and its effects are negated. But yeah, really cool card, really good card for this deck, especially since a lot of things are level 2. And the last Synchron I play is 2 Quick Draw. I like Quick Draw, but there's not a lot of good things to summon with him. Like, you can use him for Needle Fiber, I think you can use him for Zolkin, but you can't do a lot with him. So it's one of those things, but we do play some Synchro monsters to accommodate him, but the main reason we're summoning him off is we try not to summon him off Junk Speeder, but sometimes you just have to. After that, the only other tuner I play is Recover. Recover is a psychic. It says, if this card's in your graveyard and your opponent has 5 or more cards in their extra deck than you do, pay 2,000, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. That's really easy to accomplish because you're going to be synchro summoning a lot, so it's going to be pretty easy to just, be like, oh, well, it's turn 1, I've used 5 extra deck monsters, special summon Recover. So he's also a good 1-for-1 target. So there we go. That is the monster lineup, and I know that it's not a lot of tuners, it's a lot of non-tuners, but that's kind of how you have to play it, because that is kind of the sad fact about the deck, is that there's just, if we had Jet Synchron still, it'd be a different story. Moving into the spells and traps, and this is really where it kind of gets into play. 3 tuning. Tuning gives us immediate access to a tuner, so that's like the big reason that we don't need to play a lot, because we have 3 extra copies of all of them right here. So, and then it also mills the top card. This card is really good. On top of that, being really good is 2 Synchro Chase. I've thought about playing 3. I only own 2, so that's what I'm doing right now, and I haven't had a problem with it. There's been no moment where I'm like, oh man, I really need that Synchro Chase. But yeah, so Synchro Chase, what it does, it's a continuous spell. It says your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Synchro monsters with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in their activated names. So like, they can't negate, they can't ash your formula. And then on top of that, or Stardust Warrior, they also can't ash Stardust Warrior. And then it says, if you Synchro summon a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust Synchro monster, you can target a monster in your graveyard, use it as its material, special summon it in defense position. Really nice card, really good card, I feel. Just being able to get back either a tuner or a non-tuner when you need it, I think is great. And because we are top tier consistent players, we are going to play a buttload of one-ofs. So 1 Succession, 1 for 1, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Foolish, 1 Upstart, 1 Rhoda, and 1 Called By. Did you keep up? That is 3, 6, 7 one-ofs in the deck. And the kind of sad part is that these are the ones that are good. These are the ones that you kind of want to play. Upstart is the draw, Foolish gets you things in the graveyard, Reborn is a Reborn, Rhoda is another search card for Junk Warrior. It also searches Junk Converter, because he's a warrior, convenient. Called By just is Called By, and then 1 for 1 is amazing. World Legacy Succession might seem a little out of place, but it's a Synchro deck, so you can take a hot guess what we're playing in the extra. Speaking of the extra, that's it for the main deck. Setting that aside, let's get right into the extra deck. Of course, we're playing the 1 Formula Synchron for the draw and also to go into Cosmic Blazar. I'm not playing Shooting Quasar. I think Blazar is better. We're also playing 1 Martial Metal Marcher. This revives a tuner on special summon. It's also a really good level 3 tuner. So overall, just a great card. 1 Tatsunoko to Synchro from hand. I think he's really cool. All 3 of these are Synchro tuners. So we have a 3, and a 2. And I believe there are a couple different ways that you can make the Cosmic Blazar in this deck, but the main way is the formula plus 2 level 5s. Anyways, speaking of level 5s, our level 5s consist of Junk Speeder to summon out a buttload of tuners, 1 Junk Warrior because, hey man, it's a level 5 Synchro. 1 TG Hyper Librarian because this is insane. You go into Hyper Librarian, you go into Synchron, and then you draw 2, and then you make another Synchro, another level 5, you draw another card, and then you Synchro for 12, because 5 and 2. Our final Synchro tuner is Axel Synchron. He's a level 5 Synchro tuner who can modulate his level. So if you need to get to a level 2, you can always send a level 3 to the graveyard to modulate his level. Coming into our 6s, we play 1 Stardust Charge Warrior, again for the draw. We play 1 Stardust Assault Warrior to bring back a Junk Monster, which is really nice. We play 1 Drill Warrior. This is to summon off of, what's his name? The Quick Draw, because he's a 6. So you can summon this with Quick Draw on it, and a Quick Draw and a 1. Although this should really be, where is he? Do I have the Junk Archer over here? It should probably be Junk Archer, because you can discard Quillbolt and Synchro. We'll even put Junk Archer on top of it. Because you can discard Quillbolt and then special summon the Quillbolt back and Synchro a Quick Draw for a 7 for Junk Archer. So that's realistically what it should be. We also play 1 Dawn Dragster, 1 Stardust Spark, and then for our really big Synchros, I play a Satellite Warrior because he just needs a tuner and a non-tuner Synchro. You could also play Crystal Wing if you feel like playing Crystal Wing. Like if you want to get rid of the Tatsunoko, you could get rid of that. I think that's the most cuttable card. But Satellite Warrior is pretty good. Especially since you can Synchro into him on your opponent's turn if you summon Stardust Charge and Formula, so that's kind of nice. Then we also play Cosmic Blazar, which is our big negate boss monster, and you might be wondering, oh, what's the 15th card? What's the 15th card? Needle Fiber? Why would it not be Needle Fiber? Yeah, this card, it's a Synchro deck, and honestly, without Link Cross, this card does become a lot more manageable. I don't summon this all the time in this deck, but I put it in here because I don't have another deck that actually uses it. So, so yeah. With that all said, that is it for my Synchron, Junk Doppel, Stardust, Cosmic Blazar Turbo, whatever you want to call this deck. I call it Synchron's because that's kind of what it's themed around. It's themed around like the Synchron monsters and the junk stuff and whatever. It's the deck you say played, but better. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about this deck in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about the comments in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about this deck in the comments below. And if you feel like supporting the channel, down in the description, there's a few different links you can use, including picking up some Invoked 101 merch. We have t-shirts, we have sweatshirts, we have blankets, etc., etc. With that all said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.